rush, tell them turn the pressure up. I be setting fires for the thrill, I can't get enough. Knocked down, never knocked out. When I'm in the clutch, leaving limits crushed. Gotta get it, ain't no giving up, nah. Got the whole world waiting on my fall. Me against the odds, bet it all. Better stack 'em tall, non-stop, fighting non-stop. I've been through it all, eyes locked, coming in hot, breaking through my walls, yeah. Try to count me out, but I'm on the grind, yeah. Count down till I'm going live, yeah. Feel it like a fire on the inside. Rose from the ashes to survive. I'm coming alive. Come on. Coming alive. Yeah. Rose from the ashes to survive. I'm coming alive. Rose from the ashes to survive. I'm coming alive.
Mic on.
As far as I'm concerned, dog, I never have to check it. Me, myself, and I got bigger plans, you might have guessed it. This is my world from sea to sky, didn't plan it. Evil combative people will try to test your patience. Stretching through the days, catch me living, I don't hesitate. Either way, if you hear the name, you will know it. Crickets and creatures will come in the night. Keep my back from the reaper who's hunting and running, you gotta decide. I'm just controlling my fate. I'm just controlling my I'm just controlling my fate. I'll never fade. Oh. I'm just controlling my fate. I'm just controlling my fate. Oh. I'm just controlling my. I'm just controlling.
All right, I think the mic should be working. Um, it's 7 p.m. September 24th here in Chicago. My name's Elvin Moy, also known as Epoxy. And for today, we'll be casting the Illinois Tech Esports League of Legends Academy team as they make their way through the Ryzen Esports League. Today, their opponent will be Team Nowhere. Lobbies are being set up with the players. We'll do a quick introduction in terms of who is the IIT roster that's going to be fielded, and then hopefully by then, pick and bans should be started. So jumping over to that now, switching to scenes, and if there's any issues, I've got the IIT chat open, so if there's the Twitch chat, if there's issues with sound or audio, let me know. It's been a while actually since I've done this casting, so just want to make sure all of my settings are put together. Let's see if it's working. That is what I want. All right. So for the Illinois Tech Esports Academy team, we're missing a couple of actual player photos, but on the top lane we've got Anna Minx is loser, Butter in the top lane, Buttercorn Salt in the jungle, Nightshade 22 in the mid, Obeyed in the bottom, and Brown Boy Aladdin as the support. Two subs for the academy team, Spark Ember and Ayabster, with two staff as well, the Swag Turtle and Pirate. Taking a look for top lane. Koatran, also known as Anna Minx. I think I'll just use Anna during the casting, but quick look for his first year in studying computer science, finishing the first half of the season in Gold 1. No information in terms of the hometown or any fun facts, but taking a look at his OPGG for his top 5 champs so far, looks like he's been grinding a decent amount of Camille. If the opponent's been doing their research, they should probably be looking at that as a ban. Moving on, Dylan Dame, also Buttercorn Salt, second year studying business from Chicago, Illinois, finishing the first half of the season Gold 3 and can speak 3 languages. For the jungler, very interesting variety in the pool there with the Soraka, Malphite, Nasus. It seems like it's more of a flex role, but usually that champion variety helps make those kind of decisions to understand the pacing of the game, and we'll see what his impact is in this series. Sovan Ratana Kahek, apologize if I butchered that. Also Nightshade 22, second year studying computer science, finishing the first half of the season Plat 4. No information in terms of any fun facts or hometown, but looking like a lot of AD mains there with the Yone, Yasuo, Zed, Pantheon to boot, but leading his second half of the season with those Vlad games there. Next up in the bottom, Obaid. Third year studying artificial intelligence here at IIT, finishing the season Plat 4. No information about the hometown or fun fact, but as the bottom, he's got a decent amount of champions. Ashe Senna has a couple games there. Looks like LeBlanc and Malzahar. I know there's been a lot of shenanigans with the LeBlanc static Shiv builds, but I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing that for a ADC capacity. And then finalizing it for the roster is Brown Boy Aladdin, also Anas Khan, studying biology psychology as a third year, finishing the first half of the season Gold 4. No information about his hometown or fun facts, but has a couple of Pike games there, some Pantheon, and so with these, academy teams, it's to be expected that sometimes you get a hodgepodge of players together to kind of just see what they can do, what they can adjust in terms of their roles, to be able to put the best foot forward. Just wanting to take a look then after that. Let's switch back to the pick ban side. Looks like teams are still getting back together. I'll do a couple of checks towards my slides, making sure. Okay, Ryzen Esports is in there. Getting the text in there. All right. Let's just hope that the game capture is working all right. Like I said, it has been a while since these have gone through, so I'm hoping that the cast is going to be manageable. Once those guys finish their pick bans, though, I may be joined by another co-caster, I believe. And as usual, most of these games will naturally have the built-in 3-minute delay, so keeping an eye out for that as well. For now, I'll tune off for a bit. Look to come back to the voice once the pick bans have started. But any questions in the meantime, put them in the Twitch chat. I'll be sure to respond. And if you're not able to catch our games today, we'll be sure to try to upload these onto YouTube as well. Thanks. All right, we're back. Hold on. So a little bit of confusion on the looks like on the opponent side with a couple with a account issue. I think in terms of access or champions access, whatever. I think they're handling it with the admins, but looks like a couple of spectate ban links have been sent out. So let's switch to the pick and ban. Looks like they're doing it separately off of the away from the client. So we'll use that. Give you one moment to switch. And again, looks like we do have a couple of viewers attending the live stream, so appreciate your attendance. And again, let me know in the chat if the audio is coming in okay, especially once the game started. If my audio is overpowering, the game audio is too overpowering, I have no reference in terms of feedback. So please let me know in the chat. Uh, Looks like we'll have to be waiting though. So once again, for those just tuning in, IIT's League of Legends Academy team versus Team Nowhere, and both of these guys are participating in the Ryzen Esports League. We can talk a little bit, I guess, about the IIT team here. So from what I understand, at least from the stream, this is week 2 for them. The first week for the Hawks was bye week, I believe, and then uh, they also for their second match, I think they had a no-show, so they also took a forfeit win as well. So I could actually apologize. It could be the third week. I'll have to confirm that with their management, with the IIT coach afterwards. But a couple bands going through first, looking like IIT going for the Akali, hovering over a J4 right now. And we did already talk about that Camille pick earlier for IIT's top lane. A lot of games in that. That's definitely not something that they want to be getting through with that 53% win rate on the Camille for Autumn Minx. So they're getting that one off the way, it looks like. Um, Sorry, switching a couple slides because I forgot which was the in-game name. Few seconds left here for the red side. Um, Part of the dynamic when it comes to these pick and bans, for those that are especially new to League, is that, you know, you're trying to, in terms of what you're thinking about, you want to be getting rid of course, people that have the one tricks, right? And of course, within Academy or in these kind of more lower level leagues, comfort pool is everything for a lot of these players. For some of them, they've only got maybe 4 or 5 within their pool that they're really comfortable with playing them, and it could be a strategic advantage, for the enemy to get that information and kind of exploit them, put them on a champ that they're uncomfortable with. For a jungler, especially, something that they're not used to, maybe in terms of the clear speeds or what are the opportune times for ganks. That's always a great time for them to just jump in there, go for an aggressive jungler, go for some ganks, put them some harass, or alternatively within winning lanes for the 1v1s, for the solo lanes, you know, uh, putting a really good support on one of them and then putting someone to having them play on a role that they're not used to. So last couple bans though for Team Nowhere, looks like they opted out of the second ban. Could have been something that they just talked about in chat separately. We'll have to see maybe the later on if that meant anything. But the third ban, most interesting though, was the Briar ban. So one newest champ that's been released from League as a draft League of Legends mode spammer as of the past 10-15 games. It's feels like a very coin flip champion. Once you commit, and if you're really really rich in terms of gold and you've got all those assassin items, yeah, your ADC is deleted for sure. But if you have a team with you and she just goes in by herself and she doesn't have any follow up, definitely also not good for Briar herself. IIT finished off with the Silas, so it looks like focusing a lot of attention on the mid. Mid priority seems to maybe be the way that IIT wants to go for here. But looks like both sides are going to pick their bottom. Kaisa there for the ADC, and Zaya there for Team Nowhere. Support Nautilus. That could be a Tom Kench top, I believe. I don't think I usually see him in the support role too often. And then that could potentially be Maokai Jungle. Yasuo being selected there for Team Nowhere. I'm not sure if that's being hovered. 5 seconds left to decide on that one, but if I remember correctly, IIT's mid lane also though has a lot of AD experience, so that comes with a knowledge of them being aware of how to play against a Yasuo, so hopefully there's the counter for that. I know that there were a decent amount of Vlad mid picks, but looks like that's what Team Nowhere is going to focus on for the second half of their bans. First one's going to be the Pantheon being removed. We saw, I think IIT had, if I remember IIT's Yone, they had IIT's mid had a lot of Yone games, had a lot of Vlad games. But they've already got a decent amount of AP damage there with the Kaisa and Maokai Bruiser, I guess. Jungler still open though, so IIT is going to take away the Lilia. And we'll see what's next for Team Nowhere for their last band selection. I feel like I should have some audio next time when I do these pick bands. It's too boring with just my voice. There, I'll put some audio on the side. Okay, Jax being removed from the top lane. Oh, it could be Maokai support, potentially? No. I'm not sure what these bans are focused towards because you've already had the top lane decided from the Tom Kench, though. I don't think Tom Kench has been reworked into a support role for a really long time. Unless they're just so confident that they can make it work. I just haven't seen any Tom Kench games in my solo queue experience. But IIT is going to take away another jungler there with the Diana, so that will be putting Team Nowhere onto that Gragas jungle. And I mentioned it before, but there goes the Vlad mid pick for sure, and then that looks like Fiora top. So I guess I misspoke. Looks like it's gonna be a Tom Kench support for sure. I don't see. He's never jungled. He's not a jungler, so it's Maokai. Looks like they've got a very kind of team fight compatible comp for sure. You've got Maokai for ult engage, WCC follow up, Tom Kench, able to get those slows. If a team is focused too much fighting, a big knockup would be great. Fiora pick on the top looks like he wants to try his best against what looks to be the Yasuo top lane, and a Kassadin mid there for Team Nowhere. So I originally thought it was going to be a mid Yasuo that the Vlad might be able to handle, but it could potentially be Yasuo top and not mid. But honestly, I don't know. Kassadin could also be flex top lane too, sometimes, can't he? Not my solo queue games, but in the crazy ones. Okay, so I think that's the bans and everything going through finally now. So let's switch back to the pick and ban screen. A couple of confirmations being sent out, it looks like, from these guys. Yeah, so Yasuo top, Kassadin mid. Yeah, so yep, that's what I was thinking too in my head. So we'll get this official version out of the way now that that's finished up. But let me know in the chat, who ended up winning the pick ban. This IIT with that kind of pretty diverse comp, I think. They've got if Kai'Sa gets big, you know, she's got a lot of kill potential there for sure, and the Tahm Kench support is a great asset to her as well. If they kind of go for that flash knock up, you know, Nautilus, if he goes for the hook, Yasuo follow up, Cassidy, you know, just all over her. Tahm Kench does have his ultimate available to kind of get her to safety, you know, for sure. But nothing to sneeze at with Team Nowhere either, though. They've got definitely a lot of a pretty big health pool there with the Gragnaut for sure. If they are able to secure some of that early kills during the game, but I'm trying to think, you know, like I think for Yasuo, his ult target pretty much is either going to be maybe the Fiora or Kai'Sa. Vlad's just not that worth to ult, especially since as long as you don't die within the ult, you can just pull out to safety. Got the chase potential with the Cassidy and Team Nowhere to just jump all over the map. So we'll have to see, you know, especially with kind of these games, it's the early game laning that kind of pushes it first to show where those teams shine before kind of that 5v5 mid ARAM mode turns on. So Fiora versus Yasuo, I think as long as she's able to time her Qs, time those dashes against the Yasuo movement, that could likely be, actually, could very well be the first blood that we're going to be seeing. Because with IIT, trying to, I think if I recall, they were on, IIT was on blue side, so Maokai starting blue, he'll be finishing up right with the red buff, could potentially go for that, you know, level 3, level 4 gank, especially if Yasuo's been pushed up early. So that would be the strategy I would be looking at if I was IIT. It's with Nautilus Xayah, I mean, I guess the only commit would be like if Nautilus has no hook, you've got, you know, that's all of the pressure there for sure, in the hook landing potential. But Tahm Kench beefy enough to usually take those shots, and as long as Kai'Sa, you know, stays in front of the frog, she should be okay. Yeah. But you know, Yasuo also, you have to knock him from Nautilus, you have to knock him from Gragas, from his barrels, and from his body slam or whatever. So those will definitely be things to watch out for. But it could be big for if the solo lanes are able to push through. That could be pretty messy for IIT for sure if they're not able to maintain that pace. So loadout's gonna be starting at 35. Again, for the viewers, if I remember correctly, IIT League of Legends still puts the 3-minute spectate delay on, so we'll go on a short break. But when we come back, it will be game 1 of Team Nowhere versus Illinois Tech Academy.
Yo, hello, how's it going?
Okay, so 3 minute delay has expired. I'm trying to see if I can get my game to load up because as I suspected, the game isn't actually showing on my stream right now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, OBS is a struggle.
Yeah, it's always annoying to deal with.
Alright,
Capture.
it's nice to get into game. There's a bunch of drama. They were deducted one ban after the whole support debacle. Like, the support player was listed on another team, but he was trying to play for this team. But I guess, I don't know. Well, there's an invade happening right now. It looked like we're getting out of it. The other team tried to invade our top side with the Nautilus, but Fiora can just queue out of the way. Yeah, and they didn't even get any vision top side, so... Oh, the Yasuo got late ward on our blue buff, so if we do start that, they'll be able to see.
Okay, so it looks like we started blue side this game. I thought originally we were gonna be red side.
Yeah, it was... We asked them, I was pretty sure they were gonna pick blue, because they already had in both the weeks prior, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, we're gonna be blue side.
I ain't
Alright.
complaining. As a jungler, I always like blue side more. So, all right, let me
For
move a
like
couple
draft or for in-game?
for everything.
Yeah.
I know, that's for me anyway. Though that's my preference. All
Yeah, I wonder why they did pick red side. I mean, they are using a substitute top laner this game, so maybe they wanted like extra counter pick priority with that, but it looks like they didn't really end up using that. Do you have the game up?
Yeah, it's on my. It looks like it's working on the cast. Sorry, it took me a couple seconds to get it
No,
going.
no
I can.
worries.
I can. Do you think it's easier to stream it on Discord for you to watch what I'm looking at, or do you think it's better just to
Uh,
watch on your own screen? It's up to you.
yeah, through Discord would be best.
Okay, let me put that through as well.
I am getting a bit of an echo through your mic.
Okay, Yasuo coming down for the gank at level 2 of all the time. So lands.
Yeah,
He's not
I
gonna
don't
try for
know.
the knockup, but Maokai is there to provide some
Is his
assistance.
wave frozen? I guess his wave was a bit pushed in or something. He just had a bit extra time. Yeah, so they did go with the Yasuo top lane. And we picked the Vladimir into that Yasuo thinking it would be
Level 3
maybe
gank here. I mentioned this being, well, okay, so Maokai's pathing looks like he started off the top side first and then went down to red. So I was thinking originally he was going to start red and then make his way for the Yasuo gank to try to see if he could get any shutdown early, but
yeah.
nice dodge there from Ana. Gonna get bopped. Love tap
Don't
from
get
Gragas,
the
but
E.
Scott. Ooh, close health bars there for Nightshade. Just shy of 150. No ignite though on Kassadin. That could have definitely been a
Okay, we got the jump.
all in.
Though.
Ghost being coming in, flash for the first blood. Brown Boy
Wow.
Land going to try to see if he can follow it up. One more auto could do it. Will be able to get it. Ooh, and Gragas is able to get the kill as well. So, Team Nowhere getting the early start. Trades happening in the top lane. But yeah, flash commit there for the Kassadin. Flash not being used by Nightshade.
Super close on the Vladimir Q right there.
Buttercorn, Salt, and Obey starting a couple of trades. Nice with the root though for Team Nowhere, flashing out for Obey. Gets a knock-up, buy Kais a little bit of time. No kills though. In terms of research, or like in terms of the elo, who's got the advantage here?
Yeah, for sure. Team Nowhere got the full diamond roster, so
Gotcha.
We're definitely
Another commit here though. Brown Boy Lana gonna try for it, but has to flash out Buttercorn, and that's unfortunately gonna be Love Bait getting that kill onto the tree. They tried for it, but Gragas was there to match for it. And yeah, sorry if I interrupted you there. The Elo, yeah, looks like Team Nowhere pulling out a little bit ahead. Oh, and predicts the Tom Kench with the greedy back and not under tower. That's unfortunate.
yeah, we're a bit on the back foot here for ranks, but we're still looking to come up with that. We have a bit of a late game scaling comp here with the Vladimir and the Fiora.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, and this is our even though this is the third week of the league, this is our first official game.
Right,
we
right.
got a bye week in the first week and a forfeit in the second, so just getting a bit comfortable right
Is
now.
this the first time, yeah, in terms of like a competitive kind of experience for these guys outside of the regular like flex queue and scrims? So
Yeah, for sure. We're
it's
all
always
trying
always a little bit of nerves.
trying to prove ourselves, yeah. Yeah, we've been doing scrims trying to prepare for this. And
So tell me about the format. So this game is a 2 out of 3 then, or like all
this
just
is a
best of 1?
3, yep.
Best of 3, okay.
Yeah.
Best of 3.
So these are the so it's a round robin for 6 weeks. There's 7 teams in each group. So
7, you said?
there's 7 teams in each group, yeah.
7 teams, okay.
And then there's 2 groups, and the top 4 from each group are gonna advance to the playoff bracket. And then so those 8 teams from 2 groups are gonna play in single elimination best of 5s.
Gotcha. Hook will
right
not
now-
land there from the Nautilus, but Gragas was around the area. In terms of lane, Fiora showing a CS lead there for a little bit. Hex Flash being used by the Nautilus, they want to commit. Hook Root will actually not land. So it doesn't look like the Nautilus was comfortable going for the auto, since he was right in the middle of a bunch of minions. But enough pressure to push IIT spot lane away for a bit. And letting Grag go for the solo. Starting off with the Cloud Dragon. Oh, big combo there from Kassadin. Is able to dodge the damage with the pull, but that's a large cooldown of 15 plus seconds.
Watch out for the next Arden.
Oh, and that would be the one that you need to watch out for. Brown Boy Aladdin struggling as well. IIT chaos happening everywhere. Maokai could go for the death. Oh, missed an ability, I think, but never to worry. Kassadin looking large now with both jungler and mid lane from Team Nowhere going for the Dark Seal, so showing the confidence there. I like it. And Greg is coming all the way around for that. Does IIT have to read on that? Maokai nowhere to be seen. Won't have to ultimate either, taking a couple of autos, but it's a clean tower dive there for Team Nowhere as they just past the 8-minute mark with the 5k gold lead there. So, have you trained the academy team for what to do in these kind of big, in these kind of situations where it's a deficit?
I mean, we've been scrimming a lot between the varsity and academy teams, and for sure it's been a struggle sometimes for the academy team. We can definitely bounce back though. I mean, because the varsity team, they get a bit cocky for sure.
Well, they haven't played any real teams either, so
Yeah.
trust me. Oh, okay, he got the red. Oh, that was scary. Otherwise, Brown Boy would be very, very depressed. You know, you can let me know when IIT makes it past CLOL playoffs. Then they can have the ego. But until then, they're not worth my time to think about it. They're not allowed to use the E word to me, in my opinion.
Ooh. Yeah,
That's like hey, I beat backyard baseball teams, you know, as the MLB, you know, like yeah, that's great. I mean, you beat 5-year-olds, but not your own class, you know. Just a little bit of banter. Well, that's me. That's my solo queue behavior coming through. Gragas coming for the dash. It will be a nice getaway for the Kaisa. Nice little play there. I did not know that Tom Kench could eat you from that far. That was a
Yeah,
nice
they
little
switched
play.
around his stuff now, and now he can do some crazy things.
He's actually like viable support now. I was talking about it earlier. Like I was like, I didn't think that he was like viable at all.
In a bit. I mean, definitely into some engage supports. It's pretty strong. Hopefully we can showcase that a bit. Like you can, Tom Kinchel, someone who's getting Nautilus ulted, and they won't get knocked up, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, have you you know, speaking of Nautilus ults, there was a League of Legends Reddit post about like all of the crazy interactions that Nico, when she like flips, you know, into like a cannon minion or something, and it can actually, that straight up like cancels the animation, which blew my mind because I was like, it's literally the same person, but whatever's in the IIT, not IIT, whatever's in the Riot code or whatever, it's just not
That's
going
funny,
through.
yeah. He just turned to a minion really quick.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff with the Yone E on Zoe bubbles.
Oh, Vlad is hungry. He wants it. He's gonna commit for the ghost. So it looks like Flash here being used. Sanguine Pool. Nice shutdown there for Nightshade. That's some. He might be able to get away with it too. I think he's no dash yet for the Gragas. It's still coming up in a few seconds. Just coming through for the Flash. Brown Boy Aladdin not able to intercept him with his ultimate in time. It's unfortunate. Brown Boy could very much die from here. Gets the knockup with the Yasuo follow-up, flashing for it. What? Why? You were 100% dead no matter what, buddy. Well. Oh, and hold on. 15-second rewind. Let me check out what happened here. Oh, lordy. Oh, my lord. Okay. The 2v2 dominance. Okay. Nice. Oh, my lord. Okay. That's actually such a cool play from Obeyed. He almost got away with that one, too. I don't know if he had the angle. If you could flash forward to avoid the Zaya recall, maybe, because then that would force the Nautilus to be closer to tower. But that was just unfortunate though in terms of the damage. Buttercorn Salt still had the exhaust available too, which is the tough part. Ana showing some colors with a nice 1v2 play, but Kalika will be there to follow up, which is actually puts in some nice shutdown gold there for Fiora with a 300 gold there. Munched on Love Bay. Looks like some ego plays being done by Team Nova, giving IIT the chance for a couple of much needed kills. Tom Kench will not land a tongue. He has the flash available, not able to get the knockup. And Nautilus will walk away. Dude, there's something wrong with my the UI. Like, it's telling me that the dragon is up, right? But it's telling me that it's Cloud Dragon and not Ocean. That's so weird. Well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Small indie company. It'd be like that.
Was that the dragon that they already took?
Yeah, they already got the Cloud Dragon, right? So it's got to be a different one, which is Ocean. But on my UI, like on the spectate mode, it's saying that's Cloud still, which isn't true.
Huh. Yeah.
30 seconds until the plates expire. IIT just one more minion away from being able to get a free plate, but they had already backed by then. Does Brown Boy Aladdin want to commit for this dragon? About, let's see, XP wise, this Gragas is just hitting level 9. Maokai is about a half level behind. Doesn't look like any contest, and that will be Ocean Drag there for Team Nowhere. Gold League continues to grow though, unfortunately. A little bit of switching around though. Cassidy's going to be moving over to the top lane to harass Fiora. Could Amon pull in the 1v1 though? Kalika will certainly not. Does have a static, but unfortunately, if we take a look at the gold lead, it's like practically a 2k lead there for that Zaya. Brownboy Land gonna try to commit. Flash being used by the Yasuo, but the turret will finish him off. Jesus in a bottle, not able to do anything more with his ultimate, but will be the first shutdown they're being used, and no more shutdown gold available. So bounties are open now though, so 300 there for towers. Any objectives being contested. Nightshade will pull just away to get off the hook, and as we have a huge team fight potentially brewing up for a red buff here. Xayah melting IIT's tanks, forcing the Tahm Kench to flash out. Obeyed will take literally almost all of his health, but will be swallowed up. Buttercorn Salt having to practically zoom his way out. Will not get the hook, but Luffbay there to follow up. Brown Boy Aladdin, no ult, unfortunately, to hold them back, and this will be 5 members of Team Nowhere making short work of this tier 2 bot turret.
Yeah, they're spending a lot of resources just trying to get these kills bot lane. You can see we're gonna get the respawns here soon. And they're just trying to get the turrets. I mean, that bot lane tier 2 is worth a lot to them. This inhibitor one isn't really worth much at all. The inhibitor being taken can be a bit questionable at times. Especially if you have someone like the Vlad or Fiora, you don't want to give those champions like steady streams of income. So we'll see if we can get use of that.
You know, sometimes when you already kill an inhib so early, like especially like there's no objective spawning right now until this Herald in a minute, Dragon in another 2.5. So Baron's not even available yet, right? They can't realistically end unless IIT completely throws the bucket in and like goes for like a 5v5 ace or something. So like you said, it gives time for someone that needs the gold to farm out bot lane by themselves, but
yeah, they're definitely gonna need to be careful around the Baron spawning at 20 minutes. Because if they can get that Baron and then just go through bot lane or go through mid lane, it's gonna be really overpowering.
Brown Boy having to flash himself out, will be ulted right into 3. Blows his ultimate early. I'm not, I don't know. You gotta save that ultimate for something more useful. You know you're gonna die there. Just save the ultimate. You got caught. Just call it a day. And save that ultimate for a bigger team fight. Now you don't have that available for like a Rift Herald fight or something like that. Knockup's gonna be started though. Buttercorn Shell trying to see if he can follow up on it. A lot of damage going through, but Kalika with the quick double kills, and IIT is not looking good. I thought we said we didn't want to fight and just farm it bot lane. Flash there for Cosmic Creators. He is decimating Nightshade, forcing him to flash and ghost out. See, Brown Boy, this is where you would want to have your ultimate available for some engage. Lovebay taking a lot of turret shots, has to ult to save herself there. But
just giving up the farm to the turret right now. But yeah, now they got the Herald now, so they're gonna be looking to make a play with the Herald combined with the Baron.
What's the timer for Rift Herald once you have it? Like how long does it stay in your inventory?
It's
2 minutes?
I believe 5 minutes.
Oh.
But I could be wrong about that. The UI is super weird now because
it doesn't
like
have a
red
timer
trinket,
really, unless you ping it. That's the tough part. I like never know.
Yeah.
Speaking of pings, have you heard about how like they're removing like self pings on like your own teammates because there was the rumor is like this rider that made the decision, like a Masters level Karthus player or something like that, like got spam
Really?
pinged. Yeah. Okay, here's the engage we're looking for. What the fuck? Obey going all in, gets the Xayah. A little bit more follow-up. IIT looking good here in this fight, but hold on. Kalika coming in large here, trying to clean it up. Nightshade is looking big here. Buttercorn could go for the full-in knockup. Cosmic Creator getting CC'd here, but Obey can no longer go in. Gonna try to see can they get any more here, but it so far is advantage to IIT with only 1 death there. Callista trying to farm on her own, but there's a Kassadin looking in the shadows, and Callista gets to read on it. thinks it might be a good idea to go back, but IIT is going to try to go for a dragon of their own, which would be some good gold for them, 500. Can they go for it though? That'll be an infernal for them.
Yeah, they're just gonna need to be prepared for the Baron now. Looks like the team that has the first move on the Baron.
I'm going to use casting benefits and fast forward the game since I'm a little bit behind anyway. Alright, 2 times the speed. No contest for that Baron. Big fight though. Swag Turtle just gets removed from the game, trying to put up some vision, but unfortunately gets caught out. Pings coming in from Team Nowhere as they look to try to push for the mid and top sides. Gragas on his own there, but this is a 2-level advantage Yasuo. This is a 2-level advantage Xayah. It's not looking too good here for the Hawks as the Baron pushed minions are able to get them the mid inhib. Commit here from Amon. Brown Boy Landon going to try to go for the ultimate. It does root to Xayah, but doesn't do much more besides that. And Nautilus able to tank up all of that damage there in the meanwhile. IIT has to retreat all the way back to their Nexus turrets. Looking like the final inhib turret will fall. Commit here from Amon, trying to go for the 1v1. Does get the kill on the Nautilus before he's removed by Kassadin. And IIT on their last legs here. There is an ultimate, I think, available for Yasuo too, so that's pretty much the last, all that needs to be done before the game ends here. Love Bay and Obeyed going for the trades. Flash engaged there will only land onto the Tahm Kench. Obeyed trying to see if he can improve his damage numbers here, but it looks like this will be game 1 over here for the Hawks. And Team Nowhere sending IIT to the Shadow Realm. GG's.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Alright.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Go
Once you can come
head
back once you're
see if we can make some adjustments there.
for sure. Alright. That was a doozy, for sure. Let's adjust some of the scores here. So we've got... Why do I have... Oh. It's because it's 2 lines. Oops. Where is that? On-air talent policy and the swag turtle. Alright. Where are you guys? Team 2 score for the team of 1. Alright, and then where's the... Alright, there's the lobby. Alright, so I didn't get any feedback on Twitch in terms of if there was any issues with the audio, so I'm just going to assume that my voice was coming in okay with all of the game sounds and whatnot going on, but yeah, tough break for the Hawks there. That's a pretty highly ranked team there on Ryzen's side with the Masters players, and unfortunately IIT with just in terms of elo wise, you know, we saw a lot of the kind of early game 1v1s, 2v2s, a lot of early kills being provided by the Gragas. So, however, you know, IIT had some of its moments, able to get shut down gold on everyone, so those are good things too. You know, in terms of takeaways, you know, trying to see better ult management, better summoners management, I think, right? Knowing when's the actual good time to ult or save that ability. Definitely Maokai struggling a lot throughout that game for sure, in terms of uh, just potential of like helping out for ganks or anything like that, in terms of the champion pool. Let's see. Looks like INT going to take red side game 2 as well, but Yeah, anything else to get from that game? I mean, definitely Tom Kench potential was interesting to see. I don't, for background for myself, I'm a support main. Um, but I have been, at least for me, when I climbed to Diamond this past season, it was mostly like Tarek, Bard, and Braum were my like top three champs. I didn't really touch Tom Kench ever since he got reworked. Um, Before when his swallow or whatever ability was actually was not part of his ultimate kit. So that's definitely a few years back for the boomers. Looks like spectate client is coming through though, so we can pull that for everyone's viewing pleasure. One moment. And we'll get started off the bands. Let me put a little bit of background music to make it a little bit nicer. Okay, IIT red side here. So it'll be Team Nova Dare for the blue. The Camille band taken once again away, but Fiora, I think she did okay. I mean, I didn't. She had a CS lead at some moments. Just the Gragas early game just threw things way out of control there for IIT. 8 minutes in, I think I was commenting on like a 4 or 5k gold loss. That's definitely tough to come back by. That's so much pressure from that Gragas for sure. Made it really tough for IIT to maintain control of the game. Kali ban there for IIT. I don't know why they banned Briar. It's not like they know. They don't know. No one can say they're a Briar main within 2 weeks. So to them, I think it's Team Nova, just like Team Nowhere, just like saying like I don't want that in the hands of any champ. It's just too busted in their opinion, perhaps. But it'll be the Jax ban, so it looks like another top ban there. And yeah, I would say like yeah, IIT's top definitely for sure. Keep forgetting his name. God dang it. Yeah, for Ana there, like trying to rally his teammates through to maybe that could be the play though for IIT's jungle to try to maybe play top side to give the lead to a top lane perhaps, just like a full-on camp honestly. Especially if you're going to be playing like stuff like Maokai, like you'll never kill anyone 1v1 as Maokai. Your job is to like enable your solo laners or your side lanes to pull up ahead, right? So that's when you have to like just get to level 3 and then just start moving. Which is partially why I thought that if Society started blue side that game, if he started red, he would have been up top to help for a Yasuo gank or something. Was my thoughts in my head, but finishing up the first half of bans will be IIT getting rid of the Kaisa, so they don't want that in the hands of Team Nowhere. But it will be the Zeri pick for the blue side. What's going on in chat? Oh my god, okay, whatever. Sorry, I was just looking there. I don't know, bickering in the lobby chat. It's gonna be Udyr jungle likely there for IIT. That more 1v1 potential for sure. You're not fighting a piece of dead wood, but the build that I've been seeing has been like AP Udyr with like demonic embrace and stuff. I don't know. I haven't played Udyr in a while, so I can't comment on that. But to me, like his type has always been like the way I visualize Udyr players is just like you're just trick to G Udyr is what I think in my head. IIT going for the Sivir bot though. Seems like he wants to get a chance to not get CC to Hells, so the spell shield would be big there. Morgana Sivir is also pretty fun too, especially if you just never want to get hit by an ability. But for Team Nowhere's bot lane, it's going to be the Rakan support, and then rounding it off with the Lilia jungle. Lilia also one of those players that just make you want to uninstall for sure, just because of how tricky she is in terms of lockdown potential. You need to have like 2 CC follow-ups and just like a ton of damage as well. Otherwise, she's just gonna harass you as she flails around that magic branch or whatever for the dear girl. And IIT gonna go with the Heimer support. Ballsy, and respect if that is Heimer support, but it could more likely be Heimer mid. I'm just trying to think, because there's no projectiles that could that really come through besides like the Rakan Q, and you're not gonna pick Heimer because of that. However, maybe you could try to turret block a Lilia ball? I don't know. That's an interesting pick for sure. I've never seen that before in any of my solo queue games this season. It's really only an ARAM champion that I ever enjoy playing Heimer. But let's finish off the second half of bans. IIT getting rid of the Yasuo there for Kalika earlier. And Team Nowhere will respond with the Fiora ban, so... Definitely not as much head-on engage as from game 1, such as like with the Nautilus hooks and stuff like that. This is kind of more of like the shoot from afar, see something lands, and then just like rush in, right? Like Rakan has his engage potential for sure, which to me actually, Ori mid sounds really nice to have that Faker Shockwave. What was that? Moment for sure in terms of synergy. But Team Nowhere definitely needs to round out their jungler on top with a little bit more tankiness. Gragas still available though for Team Nowhere to pick up if they want, because it'll be the Vlad ban there, taken away from IIT's own mid lane, as that's one of his own champ preferences. So it's likely going to be a Heimer mid, probably just wanting to get that Vlad out of the way, that he doesn't want to deal with that. Nope. I misspoke. If that's Yone mid being selected, and so that almost is 100% a Heimer mid. Heimer support, excuse me. It can't be Heimer top, can it? Not when you have no idea who their top's going to be. Renekton, good choice. I was thinking that too for Team Nowhere. Actually, I was also thinking Cho'Gath too. But that looks like a Tristana mid there for Team Nowhere, so looking like they want to just bully the Yone there. And nope, they are going to instead swap out for the Irelia. A few seconds before they lock that in. And it is going to be looking like Irelia mid, Renekton top there to round out Team Nowhere's 5-man. Leaving IIT time to decide who they want to go for the top lane against that Renekton. Poppy, for her W, does have a lot of engage counter potential to just have that kind of force field around her to stop any Irelia, Renekton dashes, Rakan dashes as well. I don't know if it stops Zeri from like climbing over walls though. I don't think so. I can't be sure though. Either way, looks like it's already been committed though. Malphite top there for IIT. Ult potential always there for sure. But looking like a Wombo potential there with the Malphite Yone for sure. You know, fights like those are great for jungle. You know, like jungle ganks that are or jungle fights that things aren't warded, people aren't looking correctly. So could be like a ball comp that Team Nowhere wants to kind of opt for instead, and then let's jump to the official pick ban screens and look at the official version. You know, I think I should just use the Rise and Esports logo for Monstero. Alright, we have the 3-minute delay coming up, so I'm going to switch sides, take a quick break, and I'll be back to comment and cast the upcoming game. So appreciate everyone for tuning in again. If you're new here, be sure to follow us on Twitch. All of our socials there should be on the bottom as well. Keep in touch with us for future games as well. But tough break for the Hawks for game 1. Trying to see, you know, is there potential to push it to game 3 though. We'll be back. All right, welcome back as we get into game 2. Give me 1 second to. Team Nowhere leading it off with the tech scores of leading the series 1-0. And that looks good enough to me. Get the objective timers up. And let me bring back in Thomas as well. Hello?
Hello?
Hey there. Let me get the game back.
Alright.
The casting and... So walk me through the pick ban here. What are we aiming here for, coach?
So, yeah, we're just trying to get some better lane trios here. I mean, especially through that bot lane, we're just trying to get, like, something that can just pressure our bot lane through the Zeri, Rakan. We just have that Heimerdinger. I mean, it's a bit awkward with the Sivir, but we're just hoping to get a bit more stabilizing, like, lane presence. Because we felt that was one of the big areas that we were struggling with last game. We also made some adjustments, like, between the support and the jungler, we swapped. So, we're hoping that can just stabilize the game just a bit more. And, like, last pick Malphite, of course, like, we really didn't know whether Renekton or Aurelia was top lane. So we wanted to just get something that could match those in lane, right? I mean, not necessarily dominate like the Fiora, but something that can a bit more stable for late game.
A little bit of aggression there from IIT as Buttercorn Salt starts off with the early invade, taking the wolves for himself first, but won't go for the blue buff as the Renekton had wisely put a ward in there just to keep an eye out for it. So it's going to be level 3 clear there for Lilia as she finishes her way through the red camps. Buttercorn Salt instead will take his time as he breaks his way through the Raptors, but should make short work of them as he is finishing those up, but a lot of pressure there early from the level 2 advantage there for Team Nowhere as they use both of Obey's summoners there and has to force her to an early back. Meanwhile, Heimer will do his best to keep the guys at bay with his trusty turret that deals 16 damage apparently.
Yeah.
Attack damage anyway. Don't know how that works. Level 3 here from both top laners. Cosmic Creator trying to go in for a little bit of damage here. Nice couple autos. Big combo there for him, but is going to have a decent amount of minion aggro, which should keep the score pretty even. But both of these guys with Doran shields, but Renekton with the Ignite advantage this time around does put a decent amount of pressure there on the Rock, and it looks like it could be going for it. There it is, just as I talked about. Ignite being used, flash, auto there for Amon. One tick will do it, and the first blood for the Renekton. And a level up as well. But I don't think even with that, it would have done anything, but more aggression here as well with Team Nowhere chunking out Udyr right at the start as he's trying to just do his clear onto this lonely blue buff. Meanwhile, Ana gonna have to recover by just going with the cloth armor. And the TP though will be dangerous if he dies again early though, so Lily though not in the area, going for the early recall, making her way probably to the Raptors. And Team Nowhere with the knowledge that the Udyr is on the bot side though, as they did have a ward at his blue buff. Lily looks like she knows that too. Could be going all the way in for a lane gank is what this angle could be. Perhaps a counter gank being used for Team Nowhere. Kalika switching, I believe, actually Kalika was top lane last time. Is this allowed in the league where the players can switch roles like that?
Yeah, they told us last game, like before the game started, that Kalika would be mid lane, but they told us like afterward, like, oh, Yasuo's gonna be top lane. But
I guess what I mean, like, is there any rules against the league for like being able to just like switch like a lane
yeah,
on the player?
there are. I mean, it's just they're just trying to dodge hard questions about that. We're trying to ask like, was Cosmic Creator supposed to be the playing master? But
Okay, alright. Coming in here for a gank. Jesus gonna have to flash out, but Jesus might not be enough to save you here. A lot of damage coming through, and Buttercorn Salt with damage. Obeyed, though, getting a little bit of aggro, getting a stun there onto the Obeyed. Heimer with no mana. Leaving very slim margins there for the
they
game.
just need to get that wave in, so that's really good. Got a lot of pressure bot lane. Kind of stabilized the lane after that difficult start in the level 1 with the Sivir having the base.
Kalika, Nightshade with the level 6 advantage here, but a lot of minions for him to worry about in terms of taking aggro from that. And there's the level 6 from Kalika as well. Udyr is going to be finishing up with the wolves, but kills a lot more slower paced than as opposed to game 1. So it seems like the strategy of having the these picks seems to be working out potentially. Maybe I spoke too soon here. Potential dive here with Jesus. Does have a heal summoners available, but Buttercorn Salt is in the area. Oh, going to be committed here with the stun. Not going to actually land. Buttercorn going to get the no more damage follow through and double knockup from Jesus, which should mean that that should be all that we're seeing. But Heimer wants a piece of the action too as he comes in with a full-on rocket slam, but he has no health pull. Blocked here with the damage. Ignite here, follow up with the auto. Kalika is able to get that kill. Can Team Nowhere go for more? Yes, Yone with a little bit. Kalika should just be enough there. And Kalika, unfortunately, overcommits. Too thirsty for the Nightshade, but nice little counter there from IIT, able to make them not have to suffer too much from that play. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, a Heimer Realm is ambitious, I'll say so for the least.
Yeah, that grenade was a bit questionable, but looks like we got out of that with a 1-for-1, and definitely better kill on the Udyr, right? Like, I mean, the Heimerdinger was like level 4 or something. You barely get any experience for that, but we get the kill on that Aurelia. Maybe the Udyr is looking kind of strong now.
Does Heimer passive not passively heal his turrets anymore, or no? Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it actually. I swear to God, his old passive used to be that like his turrets could self-heal, or like something like that. Yeah, that's my boomer knowledge coming in. Well, it looks like his passive is only movement speed. Yeah, I'm like almost 100% sure he used to be able to heal turrets when he was around them.
I believe you. That champion. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of mechanics I don't know that he has right now. Barely see him ever. But we're trying to use that surprise. Maybe they think the turret's still healed. They're confused.
True. Nightshade getting caught in the stun. Kalika trying to go for an all-in commit here. No ignite here. Ult follow-up 1v1 play and keeps it classy. But big sleep here from the Lilia. Can he get out of it? A lot of damage there. One more wave of the auto. Oh, nice little getaway there too.
Well played by Nightshade. Cortana's been a really good player so far, and I'm glad that he could showcase it right there.
We're going to try to see if he can put some pressure on DNY. Looks like he wants to commit for this, but Renekton is roaming down. He's going to get caught between a rock and a hard place pretty soon. Yone cannot assist for this. Malphite going to try to see what he can do. Going in for another 1v1. It'll just be Honey Fruit. Not enough to get the kill. He has to run for it. Malphite, can he ult to save his friend? Comes in too late. Cosmic Creator able to avenge the deer. And we'll leave the Scuttle alone. Yone still going for a little bit of wave clear, but will finally back now. With that one kill to his name actually gives him just the slightest edge in terms of the gold lead, but that should probably be quickly reduced as Kalika gets a turret plate for herself, and IIT showing signs of life here as they're able to kind of keep the gold lead in check.
We have to be a bit careful because they're really
Level 6 play here. Sorry.
Yeah, the Aurelia just can use those turrets to just get onto the Heimer. She didn't use it there, but
that's true. Were there pings about a missing Aurelia from the team though? I didn't see. Oh, I don't think I get to see it as a spectator, but yeah, unfortunately, it's
see it with the river ward right there.
Yeah, this one just not showing for them. I don't. Do you know if she came through river or she came through the behind Dragon Pit?
Yeah, it was through the river right on that ward.
So unfortunately, just too little, too late for IIT to react, especially with the Rakan ult. But Sivir safety with her wave clear though should try to push
annoying.
Trying to.
Sorry. So super hard to back in front of a Sivir. She just used the boomerangs. Oh,
does land it.
Level up.
Does land it.
Level up.
I don't think it was enough to kill her, but it would definitely have been like double digit, like 40, 50 HP. IIT wants to retaliate though. Another Q landed, I think, actually, just there onto Love Base. So forcing her to back out. Buttercorn Salt wants to butter some of that Zeri. Going in for the rockets, not going to land. Brown Boy Aladdin wants to pay back for that lazy back that he died to from game 1 and makes Team Nowhere go all the way back to their turret. And IIT showing some signs of life with this first drag. Hold on here. Yone getting to sleep. Might not have the damage. Nice knock up there for the Kalika. Able to scare some damage. Can there be any more follow-up? Very close margins there, but enough Qs to get her out. Buttercorn Salt wants it though. Flash before the stun. As he's scrambling. Nice kill there to follow up. I don't think Udyr chase potential is faster than Udyr though. He's gonna try though. This area instead will plant out, but a Cosmic Creator going into the Cosmic Zone with this deep into the red jungle, and could be scary if the Heimer runs right into that. Okay, Cosmic Creator keeping an eye out. They're getting some damage there to put in some harass to just make sure he doesn't get the full-on kill. If I was Buttercorn Salt, I would hit that plant to make sure that Renekton can't dash over. Don't make you regret it. I think he's going to regret it. Getting the stun. One more. Getting a little bit of lifesteal. And shut down. Nice play there from the Hawks. As they get that to top lane. But unfortunately, it gives time there for Team Nowhere's bot lane to go for the dive here. And actually, this dive wasn't even under turret, it looks like. Obeyed. Lost in the sauce. Can't even go under his own turret safely, unfortunately, and that's a tough break for the Sivir as the gold lead continues to pile on there for Team Nowhere on that Zeri.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be a bit careful here because Lilia still has that Rift Herald. They could go for another bomb.
A little bit of more 1v1 action. Nightshade wants it.
Rotana wants some revenge.
Oh, flash auto, and he's styling points on them too, but can the Hawks follow up with more? Control ward if all things being put down. Whatever. Nightshade and Brown Boy will try to see if they can get some plates of their own here at the start. 1 minute left before it closes off, but Team Nowhere setting their sights onto the first tower here in the bot. Makes short work of it. A lot of pings following through. Udyr going on a 1v3 suicide mission. I don't know what he wants to do, but the emote's coming in from Luffy. He doesn't want him to butter my... Okay. So, Bait, I don't know about that. I don't know if your mouse is breaking or what, but that was a reportable play there, my friend. That's the question mark. That's the bait hook coming in. That's the... What are you doing, my friend? Fortunately.
Yeah, they're the bait hook.
Also being removed, by the way, for next season.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly.
That was so funny.
Well, you know Riot Games. Players tell them one thing and then they do 3 things that we don't want. So. But that aggressive play is going to give Kalika some time to clear away a couple of camps. Nightshade walking in here blind. I don't think he knows about this, but he's about to get pinched Potentially big fight coming in here. Buttercorn Salt, but Amon is there for the knockup. Will get only one member, but here comes the Wombo. Tons of fighting go around, but no kills yet from IIT's side, and that is a 5-man fight. Sivir trying to ult herself out, but can she actually do any damage? Not yet. The W ricocheting, doing what it can, but gets the stun on from the Renekton, and that will be 4 kills to Team Nowhere. And this might be that comeback play there as they just clear out Butter Salt's entire red side jungle, and Heimer trying to valiantly do what he can, but unfortunately this is not TFT. You are not actually as broken, or spoke too soon. Red buff coming in here. Yone once more here. A lot of damage coming through here. Jesus in a bottle. Trying to see if he can dash to his Renekton. Barely makes it. A little bit more follow-up. Yone needs like one more auto. Will be able to swipe for that kill. And IIT with a little bit of life in them to be able to make that reply, but you know, those big team fights, it's a teaser for what's to come as we go later into the game.
Yeah, we were a bit off in that fight with the Malphite ult and Yone ult. Hoping we can maybe get a bit more synergy there.
So members of Team Nowhere starting to regroup around the mid. The Arcane Dragon spawning now in about a few seconds here. It looks like Buttercore wants to try it, but I don't... a couple of IIT members converging here as well, but this is a dangerous fight, I think, for IIT. A lot of ultimates already being used.
Could be a 5v4 though. The Renekton doesn't quite have the TP yet. He's gonna be a bit late.
Alright, IIT getting priority onto the river first. Renekton just starting to come in. Looks like IIT is going to start this. Trying to see if they have the damage to burn this through. Brown Boy Atlanta trying to put a turret barrier in between 2K here. Ult being placed. Nightshade going in all the way around. And is there going to be a fight? IIT looking like they still want to go for the fight. Renekton getting a 3-man knock up there. Kalika coming all the way from around, but Yone there to stop a little bit of damage, and 2 kills coming in there in favor for IIT. Renekton still trying to keep himself alive, but Udyr goes for the follow-up. Stun there should be coming in for Jesus, but Zeri's still alive. Flash being used here. Buttercorn could be the first to fall. Amon could be next. No vision. Oh, and definitely a little bit greedy. Lovebay coming in for the commit here. Can they go for 1v1 trades? Love Obeyed not feeling that confident yet. She does only have a static to her name. Meanwhile, Zeri with like literally like a 2k lead, I think. Oh my goodness, yeah. That's a 2.5k lead. That's a full item there, my friend. That's quick blades. That's literally quick blades.
Yeah.
So, Sivir respecting the Zeri. Fight.
We do come out of that with a 4 for 3.
Yeah.
So, and the dragon.
And the dragon. So, IIT 2 for 2 in the dragon objective control. So, Heimer turret's definitely doing enough to kind of delay, you know, members of Team Nowhere, but as we get later into the game, I don't think the Heimer damage is going to be enough to stop them. Now it is, because, you know, everyone's low and stuff, but... Alright, let's see. Ooh, Smite being used on DNY to secure the blue buff. A little bit of fighting here, potentially. And turrets continuing to provide a little bit of harass. It's going to be Heimer's first item going for the Liandry, so it'll have to burn damage, I think. I respect the build, but Sivir just not having the game of her life here, unfortunately. She's trying to do what she can. A little bit of
could be
big commit there, but Udyr for the follow-up for sure. Honest? Well, yeah.
This
I was going to...
pretty good. Just because Aurelia is so high level, we get a bit more experience on that Udyr.
No, it's 1 for 1. It's not the worst. And the first tower's already been taken, so Sivir has a wave to manage on her own. But another fight coming into here, trying to go for the bomb, knock up Heimer. Not there for an assist, but, you know, presence is appreciated nonetheless. I swear his passive hit used to be like able to heal members faster or something. Like he did like something to the regen rate. I gotta look up the patch notes, because I remember I liked playing Heimer a lot back then, but nowadays it's just only an ARAM champ that I've ever really enjoyed him. But Brown Boy Aladdin making it work though.
Yeah, we were inspired by Beryl, you know?
By what?
I mean, at the last World Championship, Beryl unlocked the Heimerdinger, and we we picked up on that.
I did not know that there was a Heimerdinger at Worlds.
Oh yeah, it was big. I mean, it's not anymore because I think they like nerfed his like W or something, but yeah, it was big. So yeah, we're just trying to still get our item spikes. Like we need that second item on our Yone and our Sivir especially because those are our damage. So we just need
Sivir is the support champion for the team fight. She provides the ultimate boost. Her damage is just... she's the bait.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
we're scaling.
Yeah. So this is kind of where the game has taken a little bit of a lull here, but it's important to, you know, not get sidetracked too much. So IIT trying to keep their eye on the ball here, keeping their red jungle protected this time. But an early Baron here, perhaps for Team Nowhere. Limited vision here for the Hawks, but IIT gets a sense of it happening. TP here from Malphite, and that's going to be enough to detract Team Nowhere from going to look for anywhere more, perhaps. Kalika coming in around here. A lot of movement being shown, but no real follow-up right now. Heimer in a very precarious position. Could be falling with the sleep. Nightshade coming in from around here with the control ward. Team Nowhere might not have the vision yet on it, but for a flip here now, as Irelia puts a little bit of pressure there on the top, pushing the lane. IIT looking like they are ready for the fight, but could they instead get the push on them? Sivir looking like she wants to go for the wave clear. Static would make short work of that. And looks like the commit here is going to force the Renekton to come back. IIT sending pings all over the map, trying to still make sure they have control here of this Baron River. And could just be kind of flaunting right now. Gonna have to try to see what goes on right now. Team Nowhere definitely being a little bit more cautious here with the team fighting.
Yeah, we're gonna be sneaking the dragon here. Not sure if Team Nowhere knows that it's spawned.
I don't think they have the idea of it, but Udyr, it'll take him some time. He's only got Jack Show and Sunfire. Team fight coming in here though here. Malphite ulting nothing into point blank mid-air. This is a tough fight here for the Hawks. Pretty much only one kill being taken away. Unfortunately, the sleep goes through, and that'll be everyone taken out there. And I don't even know if the Udyr can actually finish the drag fast enough. I really might be there to check him. It doesn't look like it. So drag should be secured here for the Hawks. There it goes. And unfortunately, IIT on the losing side of that team fight, but Sivir able to come away with a kill. Was it shutdown kill? Was a little bit of shutdown gold there too from the Renekton.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused why we wanted to take that fight, considering that we wanted to get Udyr the dragon. Of course, I mean getting the dragon soul point is very valuable. So you could interpret this as still being like helpful for our team. Like a lot of pro players have come out, especially like I've seen like Nemesis, especially try to really stress that dragons are very important. Like you can be losing throughout the whole game, especially like in solo queue and lower levels of play. If you have that dragon insurance, it makes it really hard to beat someone.
We definitely have the variety in terms of the dragons. We've got the 7% combat move speed. We've got a little bit of haste and attack speed. And with the Chem Dragon on the field, you've got the, what is it, like extra plants and stuff, or like health regen or stuff.
Yeah, the health packs, like the honey fruits, they give an extra shield as well, and you don't get slowed when you eat them.
I know those are the effects within the game, but what does... I'm trying to mouse over for a description, but it's not telling me what the Chem Dragon
the soul point?
Just like what does Chem Dragon do for a player besides the environment? It's supposed to... I think it's supposed to like heal faster or something, or no?
I think you get bonus damage when you're low health.
Ah.
I might be trolling.
Okay, I know like when the season first came out, and like, or whenever the season that like that Chem Dragon first came out, it was... I think that's when they had like the executes, or yeah, that was completely booty. It was so booty, but Alright, Baron buff still about a little over halfway done. DNY trying to see if he can go for a tier 2 top lane clear. IIT checking their corners here. Buttercore just gonna wave high to the Aurelia. And we've seen this before here of IIT being stuck inside a jungle here for that big team fight. So could this be a repeat?
Zeri just ease away. Nice
There
shot
with
there.
just a dash. Sivir going to try to wave clear on her own, but I don't think that's a good idea. She's gonna just throw out a Q. Baron buff pretty much expiring in the next wave, and so IIT in the process losing out on what looks to be just 2 tier 2 turrets. A lot of pings coming through. Fight's gonna start here with Udyr first here on the Rakan, getting a double man knock up here. Very low members here, but Obey getting the kill, Renekton getting the kill, Lily getting the kill, Buttercorn, Salt falling, Obey falling, and this is a huge fight in favor of Team Nowhere, and they could literally end the game from this, I think. Oh, that's a tough break for the Hawks for sure. Big death timers there too for 25 plus seconds. And a lot of big damage dealers. Only Team Nowhere's bot lane falling in the process.
It's looking like they're gonna be able to at least get some Nexus turrets. We got some good like ultimates off there, especially with the Yone ult, but when they have the Baron, then they just have the upper hand.
It was the last wave. They still had the wave and the stats, and Brown Boy trying to do what he can. Holds the line, keeps the one turret Nexus turret alive. 1 minute until the Chem Dragon spawns, but if IIT tries to commit too hard for it, try to go too hard for the soul, could be dangerous. Could be a game-ending angle here for sure. Brown butter salt, brown butter corn salt, whatever. Trying to keep vision of Team Nowhere. Trying to see if they can delay the backs before the Dragon Time spawns. Nightshade caught between a rock and a hard place as he gets decimated. Ghost being used is going to catch up to the Sivir as well. Flash being used for the engage. Won't even be able to touch him at the moment, but a lot of damage coming in through Obey trying to do what he can. It's just doesn't have it yet. So many angles to get out. Both their bot lane able to walk out of that fight. But no Sivir ult for this fight. Last fight here potentially. Team Nowhere trying to close in, but this is a 4v5 fight here that they're already getting pinched in. This is a bad angle here for the Hawks. Double man knockup. Huge Aurelia ult. Takes Obey instantly out of the fight. And IIT just gets shredded. Heimer turret doing what it can, but it's not enough here. And the lack of vision, I think, is what caused the Hawks to just fall over here. And this looks like it could be the game here. Only Yone and Sivir alive here for the next 30 seconds. I don't think your wave clear is that strong, my friend. We'll have to see. Trying to do what he can. Stun will land. Knockup will land. Nightshade might just be see you in 30 seconds again. And they're going to try. Sivir going all the way, having to go back into her base. And this is looking like the game here, friends. Obey trying. Gets a kill on the Rakan. But that's not going to be enough. A little bit better on the KDA for the Sivir, but too little too late. GG's coming through.
GG's.
It was better. I think it was a better for them for the early game for them, but unfortunately, a couple of crucial plays, a couple of objective controls near the end.
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely gonna. I'm happy that we were able to put up more of a fight in that second game. I think we had a bit more control of what we were doing in the early game, and we're gonna take that and try to execute that better in the future matches.
Agreed. Yeah, damage charts. I mean, your highest damage was the Heimer support, so you know it looks good on paper, right? But if you really think about it, like yeah, the turret harass is able to be there, but for those kind of just team fights that are just so executed for in such a short duration, you know, it's just not able to capitalize enough on that damage to really break through the enemy backline, especially when they're clumping up like that. A lot of these fights, Obey just having to opt out pretty fast, unfortunately, because of just the dive potential. So that'll be the Hawks' first loss for the season in the Ryzen Esports League.
Hmm.
Thanks for attending the
Thank you
cast.
so much, Elvin, for putting on the stream.
Yeah, no problem. I'll upload
Yeah,
this
it
to
means a
YouTube
lot.
and I'll let's keep in touch for next League of Legends games.
Sure, yeah. And let me know if you need any help with, like, making player slides or something. I can help with that.
Sounds like a plan. I'll see you later.
Alright, have a good one.
Yeah, so GG's though to Team Nowhere as they take that win under the belt. Again, unfortunately, that's the reality when you're facing just those higher ranked, higher elo teams. But I think IIT has some good takeaways from that. I think they definitely have the right idea in terms of the coordination, in terms of the team comp, right? But all that comes into the end is the execution, right? Trying to see how to understand who's in charge of looking at what, who's in charge of doing what. Um, but much cleaner performance in terms of the early game. A lot of objectives being used from the Udyr as well. So hopefully, as the Hawks continue on this season, they'll continue to improve. So wrapping it up here at the casting desk. GG's to Team Nowhere, and hoping that the Academy team bounces back in their future games. Again, appreciate everyone for attending or tuning in today's stream. Uh, like and follow all of the socials that you see there below on the Twitch panels and whatnot for our Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. We try to always make sure we can provide the best environment for these teams to play in as they play in our esports center and doing what we can in terms of content like this. So uh, hopefully in the future we'll maybe be able to cast some more games. So signing off for tonight. This is Epoxy. Thanks for tuning in.